Have you ever woken up to a morning like this? You slept 8 hours. Maybe even more. But you still feel as if someone took your battery out and forgot to put it back in. Getting out of bed feels as hard as climbing a mountain. You drink coffee. You take a shower. You force yourself into the day. But that heavy curtain inside you doesn't lift. And the most painful part is this. From the outside, everything looks normal. Sometimes it even looks like things are going well. But on the inside, it's like everything keeps feeling too much. Even replying to a simple message is exhausting. The tasks you need to do don't feel like a list. They feel like a massive weight. And this question creeps in. Why am I like this? If you're thinking, yes, that's exactly how I feel, you're not alone. And more importantly, this is not a character flaw. It's not laziness. And it's definitely not weakness. What we're talking about today has a name. The kind of deep tiredness even sleep can't relieve. Emotional burnout. But we won't treat this word as just a label. We'll treat it like a map you can understand from the inside. Because sometimes a person more or less knows why they're tired. They also know why they want to run away. But when someone tells you this isn't just fatigue, that it's a system that stayed in a storm for too long and went into protection mode, that's when a flashlight is handed to someone trying to move forward in the dark. The light turns on. And the road becomes visible. Why are you still tired even after 10 hours of sleep? Normal tiredness is like this. You exert yourself. You rest. You recover. But in emotional burnout, the body can't fully recover even when it rests. Because the issue isn't just your muscles getting tired. The issue is your nervous system staying on alert for too long. Think of it like a phone. You turn the screen off, but 100 apps are still running in the background. It looks like it's charging, but the battery drains fast. Because the system is secretly still spending energy. Something similar happens in emotional burnout. Even while you sleep, the mind stays on guard in the background. What should I do? Will I make it in time? Will something go wrong? Will I be misunderstood? Am I enough? Sometimes these questions don't come loudly. But they keep running as tension inside the body. And that's when sleep becomes just sleep. It doesn't feel like real renewal. Maybe you're experiencing exactly this right now. You're sleeping enough, but you're still tired. And you're asking yourself, is something wrong with me? Now the most important part I'm about to tell you is coming. You're not lazy. Here's the real reason. Here is the most important sentence, clearly. This is not your fault. Many people experiencing emotional burnout blame themselves like this. Why can't I handle it? Others can do it. Why do I struggle? So I must have something wrong with me. But most of the time, this picture doesn't come from a problematic personality. It comes from a smart adaptation. Your nervous system changes to protect you. If you've lived for a long time with pressure, uncertainty, intense responsibility, emotional load, and a constant state of vigilance, your brain and body learn this. Be careful. Be fast. Be ready. Check. Keep an escape plan. This isn't a conscious choice. It's like the automatic software of a survival system. And its intention is actually good. To protect you. So what you're experiencing isn't a breakdown. It's often a protection mechanism that has been running for too long. And there's something most people don't know. This system has a name. And it happens in a very specific place in your brain. What exactly is happening in your brain? Now let's look at this from a scientific but understandable angle. In our brain, there is a structure called the amygdala. Put simply, it's one of the important parts of the danger detection and alarm system. When you're under stress for a long time, the amygdala can become more sensitive. So even a small uncertainty can be perceived like a big danger. This can increase reactions in the body such as getting tense more quickly, startling more easily, becoming defensive faster, feeling a stronger urge to avoid. And there's also the dopamine part. Dopamine is often associated with the motivation and reward system. In burnout, some people experience this. Things that used to feel enjoyable now feel colorless. The desire seems to be there, but starting feels hard. Sometimes a feeling arises like nothing gives me pleasure. This doesn't mean you're ungrateful. It could be the system switching into energy-saving mode. Think of the nervous system as having two basic modes: fight or flight, high alert, rest and renew, safety and calm. In emotional burnout, the body usually struggles to shift into safe mode, because the system is recorded as the danger isn't over yet. That's why resting can sometimes even feel uncomfortable. When you're idle, anxiety increases. In silence, the mind speeds up. And that pushes a person, again and again, to stay busy. In short, you're not insufficient. Your nervous system carried too much load for too long. And now we come to the most critical question. The light turns on. The road becomes visible. Now let's build this metaphor together. Imagine someone trying to walk in the dark. They can't see around them. They don't know where the pit is, where the obstacle is. So they're constantly cautious. Every step is exhausting. Their heart is racing. They tense up thinking, what if I fall? That's what burnout is like. A person actually feels why they want to escape, why they're tired. But when it's not named, everything becomes more frightening. Now, when you give someone this sentence, the flashlight turns on. This isn't just fatigue. This is a system that stayed in a storm for too long, going into protection mode. In that moment, the person realizes, so I'm not broken. My system is trying to protect itself. This awareness may look small, but it starts a huge transformation. Because when guilt decreases, space opens up for healing. So now the most important question. What are you going to do? How are you going to change this? And here, there is hope. How does healing begin? Healing doesn't begin with pushing yourself harder. Healing begins with taking your internal signals seriously. Your body and mind constantly send you small signals. The urge to postpone things. Constant thoughts of running away. A lowered tolerance threshold. Emotional ups and downs. Numbness, lack of enjoyment. Even simple things feeling heavy. The message of these signals is this: my capacity is full right now. We need to readjust some things. And there's a very critical point here. Personal alignment and safety. Personal alignment is the question, what is sustainable for me? Safety is the question, when does my nervous system relax? Sometimes burnout doesn't come from the wrong goals. It comes from the wrong rhythm. A pace that doesn't match your body's rhythm. Constantly forcing yourself to exceed your limits. Constantly speaking the language of I must endure. This reduces the system's sense of safety. That's why healing begins with choices like these. Doing something not as the best, but as good enough. Not carrying everything all at once. Not waiting to be exhausted in order to deserve rest. Creating small but regular moments of safety. Now I'm going to tell you exactly what you need to do. 3 steps you can start today. Now I'll share 3 very simple, practical steps. You don't have to do them perfectly. But when tried consistently, they're good for the system. Step 1. Convince the body. We're safe right now. Sometimes you do this not with thoughts, but with the body. A few slow breaths. Relaxing your shoulders. Feeling the soles of your feet on the ground. A short walk. Washing your face, contacting water. As the body receives the safe signal, the alarm decreases. Step 2. Notice the energy leaks. Sometimes what drains you isn't the work itself, but the invisible burdens around the work. Constantly proving yourself. Carrying everyone's emotions. Not being able to say no. Trying to control everything. Reducing even one of these by 10% makes a big difference. Step 3. The alignment question. What rhythm is good for me? Ask yourself, if I could make just one thing more aligned this week, what would it be? Your sleep schedule? Your workload? Your social energy? Even a small alignment move sends your nervous system the message, I hear you. If you feel burned out today, know this. There is nothing wrong inside you. Your system may have carried too much for too long. This isn't weakness of character. It's an adaptation strategy developed by your nervous system. And healing begins not by blaming yourself, but by understanding your internal signals and prioritizing personal alignment and safety. The purpose of this video was to give you a flashlight. To make the road a little more visible while you're trying to walk forward by feel in the dark. If this video made you feel something, please hit the like button so this video can reach someone else too. You can leave a single sentence in the comments. I'm experiencing this. Even that alone can remind you that you're not alone. Don't forget to subscribe, because in the next videos we'll explore the healing steps in depth. Let's support each other as a community. A comment you write can help someone else say, I feel this too. Be gentle with yourself. Because sometimes the strongest step isn't pushing harder. It's stopping and listening. See you in the next video. Take good care of yourselves.